Hello and welcome back to Academic Technology at Pillar College. We've been working through setting up a course, and so far we've added a label. We'll assume now that we're still logged into the Moodle website and we're inside of the course that we're setting up. And just like anything else that we want to add, we have to turn editing on. So we'll click this Turn Editing On button, and this gives us the options to add resources and activities. One common thing that people will do is to add a syllabus to the course. Now you may have seen that little blip here saying that you can drag and drop a file. So there are two ways to add a document. So the first thing I'll do is add a document to the course just by dragging and dropping it right in. Now this is on a Macintosh computer, so we'll use the Finder. In Windows you would use My Documents or Windows Explorer. Not Internet Explorer, but Windows Explorer to find your file. So you just need to know where your file is. You come into that part of your website, find the file, and drag it right into here. And you can see the file is there automatically. So adding a file really is that easy. If I turn editing off, you'll see the file listed there. Now this is the file name that I've given it on my computer, and it might be a little confusing. Syllabus COM 115, Fall 2014. It's pretty self-explanatory, but we might want to make it look a little neater for students. So let's turn editing back on, and we can choose Edit, Edit Settings. And you can do this for just about any item that you add here, by the way. The name, by default, is the actual file name. But the name is, in this case, the name is just what appears on the website that students will see. So we can just rename this Course Syllabus. Now the file name has not changed, but the name itself has. There are some other options in here. You can add a description, and if you do add a description, you have the option to display that description on the course page. If your description is long, that'll take up a lot of space, but I usually leave it off, but you have that option if it's important for students to understand what that file is. Then by all means turn it on and type a description. The content is the file itself. If you need to change or edit that file, you can click on the file icon. You can change the file name, give the author's name, the license type, and in most cases, all rights reserved will protect you from copyright issues. And the file path you don't really have to worry about generally. You can update if you made any changes. Click on Update. I'm going to click Cancel, just so that I don't accidentally change something there. If you want to delete the file, you can also do that. You click on the file and choose Delete. So again, I'm going to cancel. The appearance, this is what will happen when students click on the link for your file. By default, this is forced download. So when a student clicks on this file, that file will automatically download, usually into the student's downloads folder on their computer. There are other options. Automatic, the computer, or Moodle rather, will try to figure out the best way to display or download this file. Embed means that Moodle attempts to embed the file into the page. So when the student clicks on the file, you'll actually see the file open up in a browser window. New window is very much like embed, except that the file will open up in a new window instead and still leave the current window open. Open means that the file opens up on the computer. So if it's a Microsoft Word file, say, it'll open Word and appear in Word. Or in a pop-up is similar to a new window, a different type of window. So forced download generally works for files, but it really is up to you how you want that file to be displayed. If you look at more options, some of these are relevant to certain settings and not to other settings, but you have other options here you can explore. Common module settings, ID number you don't have to worry about, but this visible option, you show or hide the file. There may be cases, such as you're putting an exam file online, where you want to hide it from students until the time that the exam is shown. You just have to then remember to go in and choose Edit Settings and set this to show when it's time to show the file. So most often we just leave this as show. If this is not something that you just automatically download, then you can choose Save and Display, which means it'll actually display the file the way students would see it. But since we've chosen the automatic download option, forced download, then we're going to say Save and Return to Course, because we wouldn't see anything at all if we said Save and Display. Right, and I'll turn editing off, and you can see what this looks like. And so course syllabus, when I click on course syllabus, we'll see down here the browser is telling us that the file has been downloaded. So we can go to our downloads folder, and then the file will appear in here. Okay, so adding a file is just as easy as dragging and dropping the file to the place in the website where you want it. A second way to add a file is to turn editing back on. And we'll say add an activity or resource. And as we scroll down, we'll see file. So we can add a file from here as well. Choose add. And then we'll get that same box, the same options that we saw before. And in this case, it's a digital photography course that we're setting up, so we can have a list of recommended cameras for students. So we'll say recommended cameras for the course. And as we scroll down, now we see that there's nothing in here. We have no files already in here. So we'll come back to the Finder and into our course website here and choose camera suggestions. And we can just drag that right into that box there. All right, another way to accomplish this is to add on this add file icon here and upload a file and choose. And then again, we can go into our course site and see if there are any other files that we need, and open and upload. All right, now we have both of those files here. The problem we'll have is that the name is recommended cameras for the course. So we actually don't want this final project thing here, so we can click on that and say delete. Okay, and we can add that someplace else. Okay, and we'll choose save and return to course. And we see that listed here. If we turn editing back off again, we'll see all of these things pretty much the way students would see it. So that's how you add a course. So at this point, you know how to add a label or message to Moodle, and you know how to add files to the course. Next, we'll cover some other options, including a discussion board. Thank you.